Hello, everybody.
Hello,
We are,
everybody.
Hi.
we are here with another Sunday Tea and Tea and Teas, and we are here with a special guest, Miss Shante, Roddy. So we want to welcome everybody. We got our tea. Everybody got their cup of tea. Let's show our cup of teas, lady.
Hi.
Oh no, okay. All right. So hey, you guys. So we are here. We are here to talk about like small businesses today, y'all. Small Business Week is coming up, starting today. I'm super excited. So we're gonna introduce Shante. I guess you can tell us about yourself. Tell us who you are and what you do and why small businesses is important to you.
Yes, so I am Shante Roddy. I'm the CEO of Intuitive Risk Management International. And I'm very passionate about entrepreneurship and small business. First of all, I'm an entrepreneur. I've always been an entrepreneur, became a full-time entrepreneur in 2014. And so I just surround myself with so many entrepreneurs and see all of the wonderful things that they're doing. They're so creative, so intelligent, and they're really doing a lot to advance the world, really. So I'm very excited about entrepreneurship, small business, and small business is important to the community. So they're all around us. But a lot of times we're going about our busy lives that we don't even know they're there, and we're passing them all the time. And so I just wanted to take the opportunity to make sure that we're celebrated because we deserve it.
You're right. You're right.
I definitely agree with being so busy that we pass some of them up because we're just so, and then we get so used to our routine.
Yes.
And we forget to kind of throw something new in there. So it is very easy to pass up some very good small businesses to support even opportunities with some small businesses, because a lot of times we always think bigger is better. And that's not always true. And you find out a lot when you deal with smaller businesses. It's even when you're working more for like a corporate company, you notice a lot of times the little small owned businesses treat their employees a lot different than a big company does. So It's a lot of good benefits when you're dealing with small businesses that we kind of miss out on sometimes. So Shante, tell us about the Small Business Extravaganza. What sparked you? Well, we kind of know what sparked you a little bit, but why now?
Well, if not now, when? That's the question that I ask myself, because I've been thinking about this for a long time. And at the national level, they celebrate Small Business Week. So the extravaganza is part of National Small Business Week, which is sponsored by the SBA, which is the Small Business Association. But what I found is, like, over the years since I've really been developing my business and been engaged with the community leaders, is that very few business owners I talk to even know that Small Business Week exists. And there's not really anyone doing anything big to celebrate it. And I'm like, we should be. Like, I'm in Cleveland. I'm talking to community leaders, banking leaders that want our business, that have us as clients and customers, and they're not really doing anything to really engage us. And then small business owners, I know, like myself, I'm a workaholic. So I have to consciously think about connecting with other people and doing it intentionally, and not being isolated here behind my computer, really getting out in my community. I made a effort to do that, intentional, to get out, walk my community. And I said, I didn't want to see another year go by where we weren't having a celebration. So through all the challenges, I just said, I'm going to do it. The Lord said, this is the vision that I gave you. then you have to move forward with it. And so that's what happened. So I decided to do it, and I decided to call on my network because there's no way I could have done this by myself.
I'm glad you said how you went out in your community and got some of the, the people in your community, these small businesses, and you recognize those, because it goes back to what you said, Catrice. um just being in the community and how we miss those people, and we, kind of skip over them going through our day to day. And sometimes people are waiting on you to move. They were waiting on you to take that vision that you had and execute it. So now, because you were obedient and you are now executing that vision, now there's so much exposure to these small businesses you reached out to and to the people in your network. That's amazing.
Right. Absolutely.
So tell us about your business.
So I have a full service risk management company. So that entails a lot. But my primary focus is really to inspire, educate, empower small business owners to make sure that they have the knowledge, tools, and resources they need to work smarter in their business, so they're saving time and money. So that's what I do. And how I do that is in a number of ways. I provide consulting services. I recently, in the past year, rolled out workshops. I've expanded my How to Start a Business training to a 6-part series. I'm partnered with Polaris Career Center in Middleburg Heights, and I launched the online version of my webinar. So I'm expanding a lot of my classes to really cater to the small business owner, and not just addressing their business, because everything that goes on in a business owner's personal life impacts their business. So I have resources and tools like legal services that help them with their personal life, getting their wills together, because all of those different things impact their business. And so I work with them on tax planning, employee benefits, making sure that their employees are productive. So everything to make sure that their business is sustainable, and that themselves are an empowered business owner, so that they don't get burnt out, they don't get overwhelmed, and then they can work their business smarter and not working it harder like they did on their job. Because the whole point is for us to have time freedom and financial freedom. We don't want to be overburdened just because we took on entrepreneurship.
So I want to go back to when you were talking about the extravaganza, and you were saying that you reached out to your network. You said my favorite word, network. So I just wanted to touch base on the part where you reached out and you collaborated with others. Talk about that experience, and talk about how important it is to be open to collaborating. A lot of times people want to pull things off and it's just a solo show. But talk about, because I'm one of the people you reached out to, and let's say we jumped on this at a crunch time. So right. I think we've done excellent for the time frame that we've had. But let's talk about, if you had a kind of like just did it all by yourself, where do you think this event would be at right now?
It probably wouldn't be, because as you know, Catrice, I tried this before. And this is quite recent. Like you said, this all came together in like 2 weeks? Yeah. A little more than 2 weeks. So it's not like we've been working on this a long time. And I've been thinking about this for over a year. And so I had a lot of different challenges and things going on, and I almost didn't do it. And then, like I said, the Lord said, this is your vision. And I'm always advocating and promoting collaboration and partnerships amongst entrepreneurs and small business. I think that is so important. We can get a lot more done. We could achieve a lot more when we work together than just working by ourselves. And I'm a true testimony of that, because I've tried numerous times to put on events by myself and didn't get any bites. So I said, okay, I want to collaborate with people. This is for small business. I want everything to be in support of small business. So if we're getting people to donate, I want it to be a small business. If we're using a facility, I want it to be a small business. If we're having somebody bring in food, I want it to be a small business, because then we all win. We all have a piece of the pie. So I think it's so important that we work together. So that's why I reached out to you and said, let's Network Notions and Intuitive Risk Management International work together. And you were much on board with that. And I think that that's so important. So I don't think that I would have been successful in pulling this off if I did not have partners working with me, if I was not able to call on my network. So when I say network, it's a expansive network. I'm with the chamber, so I reach within my chamber. I'm in different networking groups, like Network Notions, Women's Coffee and Chat, and a number of other ones. I'm just calling on them, friends, colleagues, to see what they could give, whether it was advice, whether it was a donation, whether it was they were making phone calls for me. So it's just amazing to me how many people supported me, how many people were like on board with this and wanted to see this happen. I'm just so appreciative for that. And I wouldn't have been able to do it if it weren't for people helping, volunteering, making calls, just giving me that support to keep going when I almost didn't do it.
And I must say, you have some awesome like sponsors on the lineup, different small businesses that, we're all kind of familiar with. So it is just amazing to see the support that's pouring in, and, the people that are reaching out to you for this event, even with it being, like done at a very spur of the moment type of thing. So it's really nice when you can get that positive feedback, and when you get people that are pouring into you, because then it makes you excited about the event.
Yes.
And that's a good thing. So let's jump forward to the I'm getting my thoughts all messed up. Let's jump forward to Thursday. So Thursday, we're having the workshop and all that good jazz. And I see you have a great lineup of some awesome speakers for the summit. So tell everybody what that day is going to be like. So those that have not RSVP can see the urgency that they need to be there, because it looks like you're going to deliver. You have some women that are going to deliver some awesome information that people really need to pay attention to and to hear. So kind of let's give them a little taste of what people are going to experience on Thursday.
Yes. So Thursday is the All In to Win Summit, and really walking through what that means to be all in your business, to be committed in your business. So we have 9 fabulous women who are experts in their field. They're all entrepreneurs and small business owners that are going to be pouring in to you as an aspiring or new or growing business owner. So whether you're trying to launch your business, grow your business, improve your business, they're going to help you do that. So you're going to come and learn strategies to help you excel in business. So there's going to be breakfast, there's going to be lunch. It's going to be so fun. So I really wanted this to be an interactive experience. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be there, to be in the room, to learn from a lot of these women that are going to be presenting. So we're going to be talking about topics like networking, like with you, Catrice, power networking. We cannot stress how important it is to network. And a lot of times people are afraid to do that. They don't really know what that means to network. Okay, right. So we need to make sure that they understand what that means and how they can leverage their network, right, to excel in business, to grow their business, because you need a network to be able to do that. We're going to be talking about the mindset of the entrepreneur, how important it is, how you think about yourself, how you think about your business, and that you're treating your business as a business, not as a hobby or a side hustle, that you have to be really committed. And what does that mean? what do you have to do? And a lot of times you have to have some mindset shifts, especially when you're coming from being an employee to being an entrepreneur. We're going to be talking about credit, how to avoid certain pitfalls. We're going to talk about health and wellness, taking care of you. We have some special guests, like at the end, that I really haven't talked about. But there's a lot of great information that's going to be presented to you. Not only that, that is an opportunity for you to network at the summit. And there's an opportunity to win some great tools that are going to help you in your business. Like, it's phenomenal. There's an opportunity for you guys to receive a free website. I received a message earlier from a lady. She said she was going to purchase her website, but when we sent out the post about the website giveaway, she said, I'm going to hold on and then come to the summit and then try to see if she can win that website. I also think it's very important that when we show up as business owners, that we're professional and that we have a professional image. So one of my colleagues is providing professional headshot sessions for free. So there's an opportunity to win that and some other gifts. So it's really going to be a powerful time. You do not want to miss it. And it's limited seating. The seats are filling up. So we definitely want to see any entrepreneurs, business owners there. If you can get off, if you can take a personal day vacation, this is the day you want to do that. You really do want to be in the room because it's going to be life-changing. It's going to be life-changing. It's going to change your business. All right. And then we're going to party on Friday, right? That's right. We're going to network and party and network.
That's right. Friday night is the mixer.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that. We have a very jam-packed week.
Yes. So on Friday, like Catrice said, is the Small Business Networking Mixer. And so tickets are selling out fast, again, for the mixer, also at the Communion Social Lounge. So we're very excited about that. I wanted to have a mixer because like I said, a lot of times as business owners, we don't get out. We're working a lot. Right. And we don't get to network and just have that camaraderie with each other. I just want people to sit back, relax, just enjoy each other, get to know other small business owners just like yourself, make those connections, and just enjoy yourself. Just take some time away from work, away from the kids, away from the stuff, and just have yourself a good time. And meet some other fabulous people. So we're going to have fun. It's going to be free appetizers available. It's going to start at 6 and end whenever. So maybe around 10, but if you want to stay a little bit longer, if the place is still open. But I'm just looking forward to meeting new business owners that I haven't met before. It's going to be a great time.
I was listening to a video with TD Jakes and Steve Harvey yesterday, and TD Jakes was saying that you have to pencil yourself in on your calendar, and we forget that. We forget to take that time for ourselves. It's like we're so busy penciling in appointments with everybody else, and he was like, don't forget to pencil yourself in on your calendar so you can have that time. And it is very true. As entrepreneurs, we're always going, and we never really sometimes get that time to just relax and unwind. And still kind of, we'll still be networking, but it's a different atmosphere. You know, right. We'll kind of relax. We'll have a good time, meet some new people, and things like that. So it is very important to always remember to pencil ourselves in.
Absolutely. And like I said, I have to be intentional about that because I can so easily just keep working. So I have to be really make a conscious effort to connect with people, to stop what I'm doing, and really have some balance with regards to that, and get out and connect with people. It's so important. It's so important to develop yourself as a person, as a business owner, and to grow your business. Networking is so important. So it's definitely worth getting out there and connecting with other people.
So question, like, cause I know you're saying, with going out, you're networking at the event, you're networking at the meet and greet. So that's
Mm-hmm.
going to be amazing. What are some of the benefits that you've seen with networking with small businesses compared to working with larger companies?
I don't know. You said the difference between networking or working with
No,
large.
working with um small businesses compared to working with a larger company. What are some of the benefits of
Be
um
collaborating with.
collaborating, or even um I'm, I'm losing the word when you will go to a small, what's the difference between going to a small business compared to a larger business when it comes to the benefits of that?
Are you asking me or her, or does it matter?
It doesn't. It doesn't matter.
Well, what I can, this is something that I can say. And when I left corporate America, one of the reasons I wanted to go into business for myself is to show businesses a better way of doing business, to really get back to the basics of doing business. Because I felt like, based on my experience as a leader in corporate America, that a lot of times as businesses grow, as the more that they get successful, the more or the easier it is to lose sight of why you really got in business in the first place. And you lose sight of what's important. So a lot of times then the bottom line becomes the main focus. And you have to be tentative to your team, to your asset, your employees, and you have to be tentative to your customers and your clients. And so when you're that mom and pop shop, that small business, that entrepreneur, you really have that better, closer connection to your employees, to your team, to your clients. And a lot of times that get lost. So I like working with small businesses to really help them keep that in mind and help them not to lose sight of that as they're growing their business. Because once you make money, and money should never be your main focus for being in business. That's number one. Because your purpose is to serve others. So you should be in the position where you're helping to solve someone else's problem. If you're able to do that, the money will come. But when your focus becomes solely money, that's when you're setting yourself up to fail. And a lot of times they don't know that. You think it would be common sense, but it is not. And they lose sight of that, and then they mistreat their customers, they mistreat their employees. If you don't have employees and you don't have customers, guess what? You're going to be out of business. So they're important.
That's true. So, you said when you mistreat your customers, and that's one thing I think that I've heard a lot of different views on. When you have a small business, they work differently. So sometimes you may go to a small business, for instance, a restaurant, and you have numerous, or maybe just one or two bad experiences. How do you deal with going to a small business, knowing that they don't have the same resources as larger companies, and you get a not so good experience? Do you go, like, how should people react to that, or how should they deal with that?
That's a good question, because I feel like, especially as a fellow business owner, and a lot of times I see people speaking negatively about small businesses throughout social media or to colleagues, friends. I would discourage people from doing that. Okay. Remember that you're an entrepreneur, small business, okay, yourself. And no business is perfect. And sometimes I think they put more, they're harsher on small business than they are on big businesses that are making the same or more mistakes. So my thing is, and I've been in situations where businesses didn't provide the best service, because I'm a service person. I'm big on customer service. But it's not, whether it's a big company, medium-sized company, or small company. I think the point is, if you're not being serviced correctly, use that as a opportunity to educate them. As a person that's a consultant, I'm not there to badger them about their business, but I'm gonna let them know that this is not what they're doing may cost them clients or customers, and here's a better way that you might want to handle this situation or do this. You may want to do this differently, or maybe here's some tools that you can do to make you more efficient in doing your business. So if you're short staffed and you have lines backed up and the people are leaving out the door, here are some tips that I might want to share with you to help you with that, and just encourage them. But I'm not here to beat them up. I want them to stay in business, and I want to be a help to them, not a hindrance. Because I think a lot of times we're very quick to speak negatively on a business, but we barely talk positive. So I want to share good news about, if the business does well for me, I'm quick to give them a review. I'm quick to give them a shout out on social media. I'll take a picture. I give double, triple tips is sometimes. So I'm one of those that like to go and recognize them when they're doing well. And if they didn't provide a great service, I provide that education while I'm there. I use that as an opportunity to sow into them so that they can do better. But I'm not for beating people up and then, speaking negatively about them across social media. I don't think that that's professional or courteous to your fellow small business owner.
And also, I think too, it depends on how they respond when you have that complaint about the service that you receive too. I think that's a big factor too. Right. And we have a restaurant that we go to faithfully every weekend. This is our favorite breakfast place. And a few times we've gone, maybe once. I'm very picky when it comes to like my eggs, for example. They have to be scrambled with cheese. They cannot be hard. They cannot be runny. There is like a happy medium. So I had to complain one time, but the waitress was very nice. She didn't make it seem like, who do you think you are to not like these eggs the way they are? She took them back, got me more eggs, and her customer service in return to my complaint is what made me not get upset about it. And we still go there like clockwork every weekend. When I have my coffee dates, a lot of my people have met me there and we've had breakfast there because the customer service I get is phenomenal with them. When I walk in, it's, hi, Catrice, how are you? Where's the hubby? So when you start to build those relationships, you want to work with them through the hard part. So, okay, you might mess up an order here or there, but you don't come back with like this attitude. I've been at some restaurants where the waitress has an attitude. So then that makes me have an attitude. So I think too, is how they respond to you, which makes it either you're going to continue to support that business or that was a bad experience. I'm never going back there. So I think too, when you get some small businesses that understand this customer is dissatisfied, it's that policy, the customer's always right. Even sometimes when we don't want to admit that, I'm going to service them without an attitude so that they'll want to come back. I'm going to fix this mistake. So sometimes I think too, it's the feedback that we get that ignites that fire that makes it go into a negative encounter.
And I wanted to piggyback on that. And it's not to say too that as a small business owner that that's an excuse for you to provide poor service and not be professional. Because that should not be tolerated. We should not be complacent. If you are a business owner, you should be doing whatever is necessary to provide quality products and services and deliver excellence in your business. So this is in no way saying that you should be complacent, because I think a lot of times, small businesses can use that as an excuse. But I don't have this and that. But again, are you seeking out those resources and tools that are available to you as well? So you shouldn't have ever come from the mindset, the customer will just deal with it because I'm lacking. Okay, find out where you're lacking. Find out where those gaps are. Fill the gaps. Find those areas where you're weak at. you want to, again, fill those gaps. Find out what you need that's going to strengthen you in that area so that you can be giving your best, because business is not guaranteed. Okay. Competition is high out here. So we as customer consumers, I'm thinking both with a business hat on and a consumer hat. As a consumers, we have choice.
Right.
So how many restaurants are out here? How many beauty shops? How many nail salons? You have your choice of any number of establishments to go to. What you should be thinking about as a small business owner is, how are you going to separate yourself from the competition in a great way so that people want to come to you? And hands down, professionalism wins every time. Right. So if you're professional, you're going out of your way to deliver. I think that's fantastic. So like you said, even people make mistakes. It's a difference between if you make a mistake and the manager comes out and said, I'm sorry, I'll take care of that. We had you waiting, for 45 minutes. We'll take care of your bill. You're more apt to visit again. And, right. You're good with that because they made an effort to resolve that situation, versus someone coming at you with an attitude. And so that's another thing. As business owners, we have to accept accountability for things that happen in our business. Don't be quick to shift responsibility to your customer or your client or your employee, because there's something you can do. As the business owner, you are the leader. You are the example. And you have to lead by example and show them that you're about service. So even though you make mistakes, that you're working in your best to make sure that those mistakes don't happen again, and that you're providing the best service.
It's all about the experience.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I think about I think about business, period. Especially like when you have events, I always think about Disney World, right? Disney World makes their money because they have created this experience. Mm-hmm. They all have, there's many places that have rides, there are many places that have mascots. There's a lot of places, but Disney World is a whole experience. When you go into Disney World, you truly feel like you're going into another world. Mm-hmm. And I think, that comes with small business. If you want to, like you said, carve out your niche, think about the experience. When you go into when someone walks into your door, or when someone deals with you, what is the experience that they leave with, that they can go back and share with others, or that they can remember you in the future?
Right. Exactly.
So how do consumers, us as consumers, go out and find the small businesses that we want to, have us service us? Or that we want
I would say first start in your community. Start in your neighborhood. Because when I first started as an entrepreneur, I wasn't going out, and I just said one day, I was, social media is great to an extent, but I think it's a barrier for people. And so when I first started out, I said to some people, I had left a very tough assignment where I was beat up. And so I was not really trying to connect with people. I was here in front of my laptop, and I just said, this is not it. This is not working. I need to connect with people. And I need to connect with other business owners, because business owners are my clients. And I'm like, I know there's plenty around me in my area, just the corner stores alone. So I just said one day, I'm just going to leave out my house and go and visit these places around me and just talk to them, talk to the business owners, get to know them, and find out like how long they've been in business, what do they do. And I felt like I really didn't know my neighborhood, and I've been here for I've owned my home for like 8 years, and I felt like I need to be more connected to my neighborhood. And so I just got out. I just left my house, drove down the street, and got out my car, stopped at one of the 3 of the corners. There's 3 around me. So they're like all around me. And then I drove down the street to Clark Avenue. It's small businesses all the way up and down Clark. Lorraine across the way, all the way up and down. New businesses popping up all the time. So I start there. Start in your community, your neighborhood. Just simply walk out the door, and I'm sure you'll see tons of small businesses that you drive by, walk past on a daily basis. Just drop in and say hello, and you'll be surprised what's there. Ask them what do they do, what services they provide, and you may find that it's something that, even if it's not anything that you need, just to be connected with a business owner, knowing that they are the foundation of the community. So they support the community. They're bringing money into your community. Like the corner store down the street has been there for 30 years. A husband and wife team, 30 years and counting. And they're doing very well. And they bought the house next door. They bought the house next door, like it's connected. So they have property next door. They have their the corner store. And then after I met them, like one day I was going to a networking event. Somebody asked me to bring ice, and I'm like, where am I going to go for ice? And I went there. I had met them, and they were right there, and I was able to grab me some ice and head way east to be able to make it to the event on time. So just get out in your community, walk out the door, drive down the street, and just say hi. And you'll find that there's some really nice businesses that you'll like.
Wow.
That is true.
Just walk out the door.
Right.
Walk out the door.
I live across the street from a building, and I kind of pass it every day, and I always say, I wonder what they doing there, because I never see any cars. So I'm like, well, what are they doing here? So anyhow, I go inside, and it's like an event rental place, but it's not like Party Safari. It's a small one, and they don't have a chain. It's just that location. So I walked in, the lady said, may I help you? I said, I pass this place every day. And I said, today, I'm not going to go home. I'm going to turn around. So I came back out of my development and went across the street to, I want to see what you are doing here. So she gave me a tour. She told me how long they have been in business and, gave me a history of the place and what they do and things like that. And like you said, it was just a matter of just reaching out, because I pass it literally every day, and I drive past like, I wonder what they're doing there. And I just go on up in my driveway and go on in the house. But I've said that day, I was like, I'm going to stop. So she gave me her card. We exchanged business cards. We've exchanged an email since then. But now she's someone that if I need what she has or know someone, I can refer her now, because now I know the mystery is solved. I know what they do inside of there. So it is, I think when you said people have become very, I won't say like scared, but we use social media as like that. It's like our little security blanket. That people don't want to get out and actually meet and have to talk to people anymore. So instead of me talking to you face to face, I can type a message to you or things like that. And I'm more of a, I want to see you type of person. So I like that personal connect. But then some people, like you said, some people are intimidated. It's a fear. But we have to take the steps to get beyond that fear, because a lot of people do have that. Oh, I'm afraid to meet new people. They're shy, and that's okay. But you kind of have to take those baby steps to come out of that shell, because you're only doing yourself a disservice.
Right. But it's like as easy as you can walk into Target, at Walmart, Kmart, Giant Eagle. You can walk into a small business and talk to them and shop. And just like you said, there's been plenty of times where I pass buildings and I'm like, wait a minute, that was there? What's in there? I mean, I don't know what that is. I mean, and so just like you said, instead of going about your way, maybe you make a stop there and knock on the door, ring the doorbell, and find out like what's going on there. And sometimes you'll be surprised. I mean, that's happened to me several times, that I have businesses or buildings around me, had no clue what was going on in there. And so they're actual viable businesses that may be behind it. Some of them don't have windows, a brick building, and they're really doing great business around here. So just stopping in, like you said, and just saying that you see this building, you pass it every day, just wanted to stop in, see what goes on here. This is my community. I just want to know, what's going on, what type of business you guys have. And more times than not, you'll find that they're very willing to share information with you. They're glad that you came by and want to know about them and their business.
That's good advice. That's good advice. Just stop by seeing who's in there and asking questions.
If there's a comment, do you see the comment on here?
Yeah, I can see it at the top.
Okay, so someone says that they were afraid, but their personality has taken over. So I think it's important just to take a small step. Okay, so I think that's it. When I walked into a business, I didn't have any agenda. So leave the agenda at the door. If you have some, I think the agenda should just be to connect with that business owner, just to say hi, acknowledge that they're there. I would say this is the best time if you have some trepidation about it. Use Small Business Week. That's what I did. So I waited till like Small Business Saturday, Small Business Week to go in and say it's Small Business Week. I just wanted to just acknowledge you as a small business owner. Just come in here and get to know you and introduce myself and say, I'm a member of the community. I've been here 9 years and I just want to know about you. And they're like super excited. And there's so many new businesses popping up every day in your community. And they want you to know that they're there because they're trying to build their business. So they need the visibility. So not only do I go into these businesses, but I take pictures, I go live, I do a review for them. I like their Facebook page. And so I'm giving them a plug that really helped them. And I feel like I'm helping their business, helping them grow their business.
I think that's a big thing too. Even with us on social media, like our friends that are small business owners, the sharing of or just leaving some good feedback. If you have this week, I hope people take the time to, if you have a friend that has a small business, like their page, shout them out. And support does not always mean that you're buying their service or their product. A lot of times we forget, like, support is just mentioning that business. It's just sharing that business with the world. Like, make a post and share what your friends do. I don't understand a lot of times why that's so hard to do for people. I tell people, as long as I get inboxes, Catrice, do you mind if I share my business on your page? And my thing is, as long as it's nothing against what my personal, my beliefs are or anything, out of the way, sure, feel free. Because my thing is, that's how you help. That's support. I'm getting you into another group of people that may not normally be your normal, network.
Right.
Just remembering that, just support the people that are in your circle. And sometimes support, it doesn't mean you have to buy what they have or things like that. It's just sharing their business. It's just giving them a positive word of encouragement. And remembering that we're all in this together. Like, we all want to eat, and it's not, one person is better than the other. It's about being supportive and genuinely being supportive to people.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of small business owners really don't feel like they're supported. And this is not just brick and mortar, this is online. So when they're posting things and like people are just, no one's responding, no one's liking, and people are in groups and they're like, nobody's supporting me, I'm always supporting other people. I intentionally look for posts when I'm online. I'm intentional about being online. I'm not here on Facebook to waste time. So, and when I'm in groups, I'm engaged with groups. I purposely go into the groups and I look for posts to engage with. I look for people that have a question, that need help. And I will like the post. I will comment if I can't help them, or if I don't know what they need, or if I will do a search in the group first to find what they need. If I can't find it, I actually comment on their post and I say, I wish you success in this. I hope the expert that you need responds to this, because I know that bumps it up with the algorithms and more people see it. Because if you're posting and nobody is ever liking it, no one ever see what you even have to say or what you have to offer or your question. So it's not even about selling all the time. Sometimes people, as an entrepreneur, you have questions.
Yeah.
And you need feedback, and nobody's responding to you. I mean, I've seen people they just put up a website, they want feedback, or they just started a business, have a business name, and want feedback on that. So that support, liking and sharing their content. I know people that may need what they need or that can help them. So I also connect people. Messenger is a great thing, by the way. So I don't know why people think it's taboo, but Messenger is a great tool if you use it appropriately for business. People contact me all the time, and I connect people through Messenger. I don't wait and say, okay, give me your number. I say, Jane Doe and John Doe, I get them in a group together. I say, you need this. This is what you said you needed. This is the person that's going to make it happen. Make it happen. I'm connecting.
I do that all the time too. I do that a lot, because it's quicker that way. I don't have time to text you the number. I'm just going to create this chat, put you both together, and then I can move on. Messenger is very good. But some people say the same thing with social media. Oh, it's horrible. To me, it's what you do with it.
If you make it.
It's what you do with it that makes it that way. So if you use it for business purposes, you use it for good, then that's what it's going to be. But, some people, everybody, different strokes for different folks.
Right. I mean, at all times you remain professional, right? And so, people say these things about Messenger. I'm just like, well, you can decide who you connect with on Messenger. You can decide who you connect with on Facebook. So all of that is up to you. All of that is up to you. So if you're connecting with drama is going to come. If you're on Facebook for business, keep it business. And so connect with people that are aligned with your goals. I mean, and that's what I do. If somebody requests and they're not in alignment with my values, or I don't think that that's a good connection, then I just don't connect. So, but it's what you make it. And social media can be a great tool, but I would say don't let it hinder you. Don't let it be your only tool, because you need to be talking to people outside of Facebook. Or even if you make a connection on social media, I always invite people for a virtual chat. So if I can't physically meet with you for coffee, I will create I have on my calendar a virtual coffee chat. So like I met with the lady in Canada. We've been connected for a long time. She saw what I was doing with Small Business Week and wanted to know what she can do. And we made a plan. We said, okay, when are you available? Let's make it happen. And we got on a video chat.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You're ready to come out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. So it's important to make connections. That's the only way I think you're going to grow. You can't manage or grow a business in a bubble. That only lasts for so long.
Right.
And I don't think that helps you as a person, because entrepreneurship is a process. You're constantly growing. There's things constantly that you're learning every single day. And you want to be connected with people that are where you want to be, that know more than you. Okay? So you want to expand your circle. And I think that's a challenge for a lot of people that with their connections. And we'll talk more about that at the summit. But surrounding yourself with people that a support system that's really going to help you move forward in your business, because it's easy. You can quickly get stuck, especially if you're in isolation and you don't have a support system around you. And the support system may not be your blood family, and most times it's not. So you have to find your support. So that's what Small Business Week is about as well. With these different activities, is bringing us together, because we're out here. Like, I have hundreds of small businesses, but we don't ever see each other or talk to each other. And imagine what we could do right here in my community if we all got together and worked together.
That's true.
That is very true.
Yeah, bringing all your resources and your everybody brings the resources that they have together. You can
Yes.
change your community by doing that, you know? So tell us, go ahead, what were you saying, Shante?
No, that's how we change the community. And like I said, it starts with, if it's not me, then who? If it's not now, then when? So that's why I ask myself, that's what I ask you guys to ask yourself. If there's change you want to see, be the one to take that lead on that change. If people aren't coming, you don't see people coming together, create an opportunity to bring people together. And that's really what I wanted to do, is bring small businesses together, let them know that we appreciate them, and to celebrate each other.
So tell us where can we find all the information if we want to attend? Because I know, like she said, it's a week of events. So if you can kind of run through the week and then where we can find that information.
Yes. So today we're starting off Small Business Week Extravaganza, beginning April 29th, and it runs through May the 5th. And we're going to recap and close the event on May the 6th. So it's starting with Sunday T&Ts. And then throughout the week, we're going to be walking our communities. We're going local. So we just talked about that. Going local in your community, just getting out and walking down the street, getting out your car and visiting those small business neighbors in your own community, and online, going live. We're going viral. So as you're out in your communities, have your cell phones, your tablets, take video, go live with it and broadcast it. Share with your small business neighbors that's online. Like we just said, like and share their content. If you know a business owner that you've done business with that you think is great, shout them out. This is the time to celebrate entrepreneurs and small business owners. So we're going to be doing that all week. Then on Thursday, May the 3rd, we have the All In to Win Summit. So you want to register for that event. Seating is limited and tickets are selling quickly. So it's from 9 to 5 p.m. It's an all-day event. Breakfast and lunch will be served. It's going to be fantastic. Prizes are going to be available to be won, like a free website, headshots, professional photos. And then Friday, networking party we're going to have at the Communion Social Lounge at 6 p.m. So it's going to be a great week of events. You can find it at Small Business Week Extravaganza. We have a dedicated page. So again, Small Business Week Extravaganza, all of the information is there. You can also register for the events on Eventbrite. So Small Business Week Extravaganza is on Eventbrite. You can get your tickets there as well.
And we also have it where you can pay. We have a package for you to have your business advertised. So yes. There is some information about that as well on the Small Business Extravaganza. So if you're just somebody that just wants to get your business out there and have it advertised, we do have 2 different pricing options for that as well. So that may be an option for some small business owners as well.
Yes. And we'll try to get a link put in there about comment section too. That way you guys can just click and go.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll make sure that we put that information in the comment section. And if you have any questions, visit our page, message us, and we'll follow up with you and answering any questions that you may have. So we're just excited to celebrate with you. We appreciate your contributions to the community, to businesses. And we just want to celebrate and we just want to connect with you. So please join us in this celebration. Please celebrate other entrepreneurs, because it's not just about us, but we're all in it to win it. Okay, we're in this together. So we just appreciate you guys for being the great business owners that you are.
All righty. So thank you so much, Shante, for coming on and talking about Small Business Week.
Thank you for having me.
So I just want to say this really quickly while I'm looking at all our faces up here. I just want to say how you just never know how your relationships with people will end up, because never did I think for meeting Shante in front of Panera Bread would have us here. And Patrice, I think the first time I met you, I came to one of your events. Never would have thought that it would have us here. So you really honestly never know the connections you make in and where they will grow from there. Like, you really have to look at some of the relationships you have and say, I never would have thought that this is where we would be today. So I do appreciate each of you. You all are great small business owners and great entrepreneurs, and I'm excited about this week.
Yes,
I
me
am too. Honestly, I mean, you've always heard of Small Business Saturday. I did never recognize the week. So that alone, you brought awareness to me. So I'm excited to see what this week is going to offer and all the people that are going to collaborate, all the stuff we're going to see in the future.
You know, I was looking online, and I think they said this has been going on since 1963.
Yes.
What?
A long time.
3. Yep.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. So I'm looking forward to seeing what other relationships build out of this, what other collaborations and partnerships. That's what it's about. So I'm looking for everyone that connects with us to do awesome things this year and beyond. So, and we want to report back. So I'm excited to be able to report all of that information back to the page, because I feel like there's going to be some great connections made this week, and I'm excited about it.
Now, you will be back on Sunday so we can recap the week, right?
Yes, I will be back this coming Sunday, and I'm excited about that. So we can talk about all the exciting things we were able to accomplish during the week. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out to all of our sponsors and contributors. You've made this possible, so we could not have done this without you. All the people that's out there that have volunteered in some capacity or that have supported by sharing and liking our content, by helping to get the word out so people know that Small Business Week is going on, that this extravaganza is happening. And that has really helped us to be able to sell tickets and get people to not only do things here in Cleveland, Ohio, but nationwide. People, just like Patrice, they didn't know about Small Business Week. So they said they're going to do something, even if it's small in their community. And you start somewhere. You start where you are and you build from there. So I'm just excited that people are getting on board and we're taking this nationwide.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So, okay. So Shante, where can we find your business?
You can find my business, Intuitive Risk Management International. The username is @IntuitiveRMI. So @IntuitiveRMI is where you can find me. I also have a rideshare business page and group. It's called Rideshare Queendom. So you can find it at Rideshare Queendom on Facebook and also on Instagram.
All righty, you guys, you heard it here. We'll make sure we get that information in the comments too. And we will. Oh, and we'll see you this week. And I think, Catrice, you have something for us too.
I'll let you.
Yeah, I'll let her end it. I'll let her end it.
All right. Yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow is ours to win or lose. And that's our quote for the week.
Wow, that's good. That's a great quote for the Small Business Week.
See, I do good under pressure.
All right, you guys.
All right, nice talking to you, lady.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a great week.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Happy Small Business Week.